Few characters have left as lasting a mark on Star Trek as Jonathan Frakes William T. Riker. Riker in Star Trek: The Next Generation wasn't only one of the most impactful characters introduced in the series that revived the franchise, he was a career-defining role for Frakes. Throughout the show's 7 seasons, Frakes delivered a magnetic performance as Captain Picard's, Patrick Stewart, loyal yet fiercely independent first officer. Over time, Riker became one of the most capable and well-rounded officers in any version of the Enterprise. His influence reached far beyond The Next Generation, with appearances across Deep Space Nine, Lower Decks, and Star Trek, Picard, and several other Star Trek shows. Jonathan Frakes' nuanced acting and command of the role made Riker an enduring fan favorite, and his best episodes prove why. The Outcast, TNG Season 5, Episode 17, Frakes brought empathy and conviction to one of Star Trek's most quietly revolutionary stories. The Outcast remains one of Star Trek: The Next Generation's most groundbreaking episodes, tackling issues of identity and gender long before they became common TV discussion points. Riker forms a deep emotional connection with Soren, Melinda Culia, a member of an androgynous species named the Janai who identifies as female, a forbidden act in her society. Jonathan Frakes' performance here is subtle and sincere, blending Riker's trademark confidence with an understated tenderness rarely seen from the character. His chemistry with Culia sells the forbidden romance at the episode's core, grounding its science fiction premise in real emotional stakes. Frakes himself has called for the story to have gone further in representing same-sex relationships, via Salon, which underscores how much he invested in Riker's empathy and open-mindedness. It's a performance that proves Riker in Star Trek could be both commanding and deeply compassionate. 17 seconds, Picard Season 3, Episode 3, Frakes reminded fans why Riker's maturity and command presence still matter decades later. By the time of Star Trek, Picard Season 3, Riker has evolved from ambitious first officer to seasoned leader. In 17 seconds, he's thrust back into the thick of command, navigating crisis alongside an older, more battle-hardened Picard. As an older Riker, Jonathan Frakes shines in this modern Star Trek episode, showcasing the weight of years spent making impossible choices. His restrained performance conveys experience and fatigue, yet also warmth and humor that recall his TNG days. Watching Riker clash and reconcile with Picard is a reminder of their shared history, and how far both men have come. Frakes directs several Picard episodes himself, but as an actor here, he reclaims the spotlight effortlessly. 17 seconds proves that even after decades, Riker in Star Trek still commands every bridge he stands on. The Offspring, Season 3, Episode 16, Frakes' empathy shines through in the episode he calls his personal favorite. The Offspring marks Jonathan Frakes' directorial debut, and his favorite TNG episode, via Slashfilm. The story follows Data's, Brent Spiner, creation of an android child named Lal, Hallie Todd, exploring parenthood and humanity through the android's eyes. Though Frakes directed, his performance as Riker remains vital. He balances humor and sensitivity in the early scenes, reacting to Lal's naive attempts at understanding humanity with warmth and patience. It's an understated but deeply human portrayal that reinforces Riker's compassion for his crewmates. Frakes' dual contribution, both behind and in front of the camera, captures everything that makes Riker in Star Trek such a multifaceted character: professionalism, heart, and respect for the unknown. No small parts. Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 10, Frakes brought Riker's swagger into animation without missing a beat. In the Lower Decks Season 1 finale, No Small Parts, Jonathan Frakes returns to voice an animated Riker commanding the USS Titan. The moment he appears, horns blaring and grin wide, it's like he never left. Despite the comedic tone of Lower Decks, Frakes plays an exaggerated Riker who has all the qualities of his TNG counterpart with much less of the nuance, which is precisely why it works. His over-the-top confidence and booming energy parody his younger self without diminishing him. It's both nostalgic and fresh, showing how effortlessly Riker fits into any era of Star Trek. No Small Parts demonstrates Frakes' natural ability to adapt his performance across mediums. Whether live action or animated, his Riker remains unmistakably heroic and hilariously himself. The Drumhead, TNG Season 4, Episode 21, Frakes turned quiet defiance into one of Riker's most principled moments. TNG Season 4's The Drumhead is best remembered for its courtroom drama and exploration of paranoia aboard the Enterprise. When a witch hunt for supposed traitors begins, Riker is forced to weigh loyalty against conscience. Jonathan Frakes delivers a restrained yet powerful performance, showing Riker's internal struggle as duty collides with moral integrity. His exchanges with Admiral Satie, Gene Simmons, crackle with intensity, revealing a man deeply aware of the cost of blind obedience. It's a showcase of subtle strength rather than grand gestures. Frakes captures Riker's moral backbone, the quiet certainty of a man who's grown into his own command philosophy, setting the stage for his eventual captaincy. Times Arrow, TNG Season 5, Episode 26, Frakes gave Riker a mix of urgency and charm in one of Star Trek's wildest time travel adventures. Times Arrow sends the Enterprise crew back to 19th century San Francisco to rescue Data from an alien plot. It's a tonal shift for TNG, a mix of a classic Star Trek time travel story and an sci-fi mystery, but Frakes grounds it with his steady, charismatic presence. Riker's leadership and decisiveness anchor the ensemble, and Frakes balances the humor of the premise with genuine urgency. His rapport with the rest of the cast, particularly with Picard and Data, reinforces the unshakable loyalty that defines Riker in Star Trek. The episode's lighter tone gives Frakes room to play with Riker's swagger and quick wit, proving that the character's confidence never overshadows his compassion or courage. It's also a perfect example of Riker being an engaging character off the bridge as well as on it. Second Chances, TNG Season 6, Episode 24, Frakes faced himself, literally, in one of his most technically challenging performances. In the Next Generation Season 6 Second Chances, a transporter accident reveals a duplicate of Riker created years earlier. The result is two Rikers, each representing different paths the man could have taken. It's not only a great episode of The Next Generation, but a standout example of how much Frakes understands Riker as a character. It's a tour de force performance from Jonathan Frakes as both Will and Thomas Riker. Subtle variations in tone, posture, and attitude make each version distinct, yet recognizably the same man. His ability to play off himself so convincingly is both technically impressive and emotionally rich. Second Chances is a thematically deep episode, even for The Next Generation, and explores regret, identity, and ambition, all themes central to Riker's arc. Frakes captures the pain of confronting one's own lost potential, creating one of the most memorable acting showcases in Star Trek history. Best of Both Worlds PT1 and